You wake up, but something feels off. Your body moves, but your energy doesn't. No strength, no spark, no morning power. You used to wake up ready to take on the day. Now it feels like your body forgot how. But here's the truth most men over 60 never hear. Your body hasn't failed you. It's just waiting for the right signal to wake up again. And that signal happens before breakfast. One small habit, done in the first 5 minutes of your day, can reignite your hormones, restore your blood flow, and bring back the energy that once came naturally. I'm Dr. James, urologist and men's health specialist. For over 3 decades, I've helped thousands of men rebuild their vitality, not with pills, but through the body's own design. I've seen men in their 60s and 70s regain the kind of strength and confidence they thought was gone for good. Most men think fatigue, soft mornings, or low drive are just part of getting older, but that's not aging, that's imbalance. The truth is, your body still remembers how to perform. It's your daily habits that have forgotten how to send the right signal. And that's where this morning ritual comes in. In the next few minutes, I'll show you a simple, powerful sequence that wakes up your hormones, recharges your circulation, and rebuilds your energy from the inside out. Stay with me until the end, because the final step, the one most men miss, is what keeps your testosterone levels high and your mornings powerful all day long. Before we get started, take a moment to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, so you don't miss any of my future videos designed to help men over 60 rebuild their strength, energy, and confidence naturally. And if you're ready to take back your mornings, type 1 in the comments. If not yet, type 0 and tell me what's holding you back. I read every single one. All right, let's begin with the very first step, the one that sets everything in motion. It's simple, it's free, and it only takes a few seconds after you wake up. Before you even think about coffee or breakfast, this single habit can instantly switch your body's power back on from the inside out. 1. Start your morning with lemon water. I still remember the first time I recommended this to one of my older patients, a 67-year-old man named Richard. He came to me exhausted, no drive, no spark, and mornings that felt like a chore. He told me, "Doc, I wake up, drink my coffee, and somehow I'm already tired." That's when I asked him to try something completely different, something that seemed almost too simple to matter. I told him, "Tomorrow morning, before you even look at the coffee maker, pour yourself a glass of water and squeeze in half a lemon." Now I know what you might be thinking. Lemon water? That can't possibly make a difference. But it can, and it does. When you wake up, your body has been fasting for nearly 8 hours. Your liver has been working hard through the night, filtering toxins, balancing hormones, and preparing your system for the new day. The moment you open your eyes, your body is ready for a signal, a clean, natural spark to say, it's time to wake up. That's what lemon water does. The hydration jumpstarts your metabolism, replenishes the fluids your body lost overnight, and helps your liver flush out what it filtered while you slept. The lemon adds something even more powerful, a compound called naringenin, which supports liver enzymes that help your body process testosterone more efficiently. You're not just drinking water, you're activating your hormone system. And there's another benefit. Lemon water gently lowers inflammation, helping your blood vessels relax and open up. That means smoother blood flow, and you already know how important circulation is, especially for your heart and your erections. Most men don't realize it, but the first step to improving blood flow down there starts with how you hydrate up here. Within a week, Richard came back to see me. He said, "Doc, I don't know if it's in my head, but I actually feel awake again. I get up, drink that lemon water, and I can feel my body turning on." It wasn't in his head, and it was chemistry. His liver was working better, his cortisol levels were more balanced, and his blood flow was improving. So, tomorrow morning, before you touch that cup of coffee, try this. A tall glass of filtered water, half a lemon, slow sips, and deep breaths. Feel it reach your core. That's not just hydration, that's your first signal to your body that you're back in charge. Because once your body wakes up from the inside, the next step is to wake it up from the outside, using something far more powerful than caffeine and completely free. And it's waiting for you just beyond your front door. 2. Step outside into the morning sunlight. I'll never forget a patient named George. He was 71, retired, and told me he hadn't felt truly awake in years. He said, "Doc, I drag myself out of bed, drink my coffee, and still feel half asleep until noon." I asked him one simple question: "When's the last time you saw the sunrise?" He laughed and said, "Probably not since I was working on the farm as a teenager." And that, I told him, was part of the problem. See, the most powerful medicine for your hormones, your mood, and your energy doesn't come from a pill bottle. It comes from light. Natural sunlight is the master switch that tells your brain the day has begun. When those first rays of light hit your eyes and your skin, they trigger a beautiful chain reaction inside your body. Melatonin, your sleep hormone, shuts down. Cortisol, your natural wake-up hormone, rises in a steady, healthy wave. That rise in cortisol doesn't make you anxious. It actually gives you clarity and focus. It wakes up your brain, tells your muscles to prepare, and most importantly, it flips the switch that starts testosterone production for the day. Your body is designed to follow light. When you see the sun in the morning, your brain resets its internal clock, something scientists call the circadian rhythm. And when that rhythm is strong, everything else in your body aligns. Your testosterone peaks at the right time. Your energy stays balanced. Even your sleep improves at night because your body knows when to rest and when to perform. I told George to try something new. Every morning, within 10 minutes of waking up, step outside for 5 minutes. No sunglasses, no phone. Just stand there, breathe, and let the light touch your face. It doesn't matter if it's cloudy or sunny. Your eyes still absorb those wavelengths. After a week, he called me and said, "Doc, I feel alive again. I wake up before my alarm. My mornings don't drag anymore." That's the power of light. Sunlight also boosts vitamin D, which supports bone strength, immune function, and testosterone balance. It even improves your nitric oxide levels, helping blood vessels relax and enhancing circulation throughout your body, including where it matters most. It's nature's free testosterone booster, and most men simply ignore it. So tomorrow morning, after your lemon water, don't reach for the coffee mug just yet. Open your door. Step outside. Let that light hit your skin and your eyes. You'll feel your energy shift within minutes. That's your body remembering how to wake up like it used to, with power, purpose, and drive. And once your body has synced with the light, there's another way to take that energy even deeper, by learning how to breathe in a way that strengthens your blood flow and calms your mind at the same time. 3. Alternate nostril breathing. A few years ago, I was working with a man named Thomas, 68, recently retired and feeling more drained than ever. He told me, "Doc, I don't understand. I'm eating healthy, I take my vitamins, I walk every day, but I still feel heavy inside. My mind feels foggy, my body feels slow." I could see it in his posture, shoulders slumped, breath shallow, energy low. That's when I asked him to sit down, close his eyes, and do something that felt almost too simple to matter. "Breathe," I said, "but do it my way." I taught him a method that's been used for thousands of years, but is now backed by solid science. Alternate nostril breathing. It may look unusual, but inside your body, it's pure biology at work. When you inhale through one nostril, pause, and exhale through the other, you're doing more than just moving air. You're training your nervous system, balancing both sides of your brain, and raising your body's natural levels of nitric oxide. The same molecule that allows your blood vessels to open, your circulation to improve, and your energy to flow. Nitric oxide is crucial for men over 60. It keeps your arteries flexible, supports healthy blood pressure, and yes, directly affects your ability to get and maintain strong erections. Most men think nitric oxide comes from a pill or supplement, but your body can make it naturally, through your breath. And alternate nostril breathing is one of the fastest, safest ways to do it. I told Thomas to try it each morning just for 2 minutes. Sit up straight, close your right nostril with your thumb, inhale slowly through your left. Hold for a moment, then switch. Close the left and exhale through the right. Repeat. Nice and slow. Within days, he called me and said, "Doc, I don't know how to explain it, but my mind feels clear again. I feel lighter, calmer, and I'm sleeping better too." That calm he felt wasn't imaginary. Breathing this way activates your body's parasympathetic system, the one that tells your heart rate to slow down, your blood pressure to drop, and your hormones to communicate properly again. You can literally feel your body switch from stress mode to repair mode. And when your nervous system calms, your testosterone has room to rise. So tomorrow morning, after your lemon water and sunlight, take 2 minutes. Sit quietly. Close your eyes. Breathe through one side, then the other. Feel your heartbeat settle and your focus sharpen. That simple rhythm can bring back the balance your body's been missing for years. And once your breath reconnects your body to its natural rhythm, the next step will surprise you even more, because it's not about breathing at all. It's about when you eat and how changing that one habit can turn your metabolism into a powerful hormone booster. 4. Delay your breakfast, the smart fast. I remember a man named David who came to see me a few years back. He was 64, recently retired, and frustrated. "Doc," he said, "I wake up early, eat a big breakfast like they always told me to, and by 10 o'clock I'm exhausted again. I just don't get it." I smiled and told him something that went against everything he'd heard for decades. "Maybe you're eating too soon." He looked at me like I'd just told him to skip breathing. But here's the truth. Eating first thing in the morning can actually work against your body's natural rhythm. When you wake up, your system is still in repair mode. Your cells are clearing waste, your liver is balancing hormones, and your metabolism is preparing to shift from nighttime restoration to daytime energy. If you load your stomach immediately, especially with sugary cereals or toast, you interrupt that process and force your body to burn sugar instead of fat. It's like turning off the cleanup crew before they finish the job. So I told David to try something different. Delay his breakfast for just 2 or 3 hours. Instead of eating right away, drink water, get sunlight, move a little, and let your body finish what it started overnight. What happens next is remarkable. Your body begins to burn stored fat for energy, a process called metabolic flexibility. You're teaching your body to become efficient again, to switch between fuel sources the way it did when you were younger. Within 2 weeks, David called me and said, "Doc, I'm not hungry in the mornings anymore and I have steady energy all day. Even my focus feels sharper." That's the power of a short fast. Studies from Harvard and the New England Journal of Medicine have shown that intermittent fasting doesn't just help with weight. It improves memory, reduces inflammation, and increases testosterone levels. When you give your body a break from constant eating, you allow your hormones to balance and your blood sugar to stabilize. And stable blood sugar means fewer energy crashes, less belly fat, and more consistent testosterone throughout the day. The key is not to starve yourself, but to be strategic. Push your first meal to around 10 or 11 in the morning. When you do eat, make it count. Protein, healthy fats, and fiber. This way, your body spends the early morning burning fat instead of storing it, and by the time you eat, your metabolism is running like a well-tuned engine. So tomorrow, try holding off on breakfast just a little longer. Sip your lemon water, enjoy your sunlight, take those deep breaths, and let your body do what it's built to do. Reset, repair, and refuel naturally. Because once your metabolism is awake and working in your favor, the next step takes your transformation even deeper. It's not about what you eat or drink, but what you feel inside your heart. 5. The gratitude shift. I'll never forget John, a 70-year-old retired firefighter who came to see me after months of feeling off. He told me, "Doc, I've been eating right, walking every morning, doing everything you said, Bob, but I still feel heavy here." And he pointed to his chest. It wasn't physical pain he was describing, it was the quiet weight of stress that had built up over time. The kind of stress that slowly drains your energy, lowers your testosterone, and makes every day feel a little duller. I looked him in the eye and said, "John, you've done everything for your body. Now it's time to take care of your mind." That's when I introduced him to something most men overlook: gratitude. Not the vague kind you hear about in self-help books, but the simple act of taking 1 minute each morning to notice what's still good. I told him, before you pick up your phone, before you turn on the TV, write down 3 things you're grateful for. He laughed and said, "Doc, I'm not the journaling type." but he agreed to try. A week later, he came back and said, "It's strange. I actually feel calmer when I start my day that way." My wife noticed it too, and that's when I explained why it works. When you focus on gratitude, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, the same chemicals responsible for motivation, focus, and joy. At the same time, it lowers cortisol, the stress hormone that blocks testosterone production. Your entire hormone chemistry begins to shift from survival mode to performance mode. You're not just changing your mood, you're literally rewiring your biology for strength and balance. Men who practice gratitude regularly have been shown to have lower blood pressure, stronger immune systems, and better sleep. But beyond all the science, something deeper happens. You start to reconnect with life again. You stop waking up with that constant sense of pressure and instead begin each day grounded, steady, and ready. When your heart is calm, your hormones follow. So tomorrow morning, before the day pulls you in 1,000 directions, pause. Sit quietly with your coffee or lemon water and think of 3 things that make your life meaningful. Maybe it's your health improving, your grandchildren's laughter, or the woman who stood by your side through it all. Say it out loud. Write it down. Let it settle into your body. That single minute will do more for your energy, your focus, and your masculinity than any supplement ever could. And once your heart feels lighter and your mind steadier, there's one more way to amplify that power. A technique athletes use to train their minds to perform at their best. It's not about the past or the present, but about seeing yourself as the man you're becoming next. 6. Visualization. See the man you want to be. I met a patient years ago named Harold, 68 years old, a quiet, humble man who carried himself with the kind of heaviness that comes from a lifetime of hard work. He told me, "Doc, I feel like my body and my mind are out of sync. I know I want to feel stronger, but I just don't believe I can anymore." I could tell that his struggle wasn't just physical, it was mental. So I asked him to do something most men his age had never been taught, to see himself differently. Every morning I said, before you speak, before you move, close your eyes and picture the man you want to be. Not some impossible version of yourself, but the best version that's still inside you. The man who wakes up strong, focused, and calm. Imagine the way he stands, the way he breathes, the way he walks into his day with quiet confidence. Feel it like it's real. At first, Harold chuckled. "Doc, I'm not good at that imagination stuff," he said. But I told him it wasn't about pretending. It was about reminding. Your brain doesn't know the difference between something imagined vividly and something lived. It reacts the same way, releasing the same powerful neurochemicals that shape your energy, your focus, and even your hormones. Visualization activates dopamine, serotonin, and acetylcholine, the same trio that drives motivation, clarity, and memory. It's how professional athletes train their bodies for peak performance. They see themselves winning before they ever step on the field. The mind rehearses success until the body believes it, and the same principle applies here. When you start each day by picturing yourself as healthy, powerful, and capable, your brain begins to direct your hormones, your muscles, and even your posture to match that image. You literally rewire your biology to follow your belief. After a few weeks, Harold came back to my office smiling. "I've been doing that thing you told me," he said. "I stand taller now. I even caught myself walking faster. My wife says I look more alive. That's not luck. That's neurochemistry. The brain finally remembering what strength feels like." Visualization gives your body the permission to perform the way it was built to. So tomorrow morning, after you practice gratitude, close your eyes for 60 seconds and see that version of yourself. The one who wakes up with drive, who moves with certainty, who still has fire in his chest. The more vividly you see him, the faster you become him. That single minute of mental focus can transform your energy far more deeply than any workout ever could. And once your mind and hormones are fully aligned, there's one last step to bring everything together. A physical movement so ancient, so powerful, it reignites the circulation and strength that define a man at his best. 7. The horse stance. Activate your core power. There's a memory that always stays with me. A man named Robert, 72 years old, came into my clinic complaining of feeling disconnected from his body. He said, "Doc, I don't feel weak exactly, but I feel like my energy doesn't move anymore. I used to feel strong from the ground up, but now it's like the current's gone." I nodded because I'd heard that story many times before, and I told him something simple. "Robert, you haven't lost your strength. You've just lost your connection to it." Then I showed him an ancient posture used by martial artists and healers for centuries, the horse stance. The horse stance is more than just an exercise. It's a reminder of stability, balance, and masculine energy that starts from the ground and rises through your core. I asked Robert to stand with his feet wider than his shoulders, knees slightly bent, spine tall, chest open. "Now breathe," I said, "slow and steady." At first he felt silly. "Doc, it's just standing," he joked. But after a few minutes, his breathing deepened and his eyes softened. "I can feel warmth building here," he said, pointing to his lower abdomen. That warmth wasn't imagination. It was blood flow. When you hold the horse stance, you activate the muscles that support your pelvis, spine, and prostate, the foundation of male vitality. These muscles are the same ones responsible for posture, balance, and even sexual performance. The stance strengthens your core and engages the pelvic floor, improving circulation to the very areas that often lose blood flow with age. You begin to wake up your root, as ancient teachers used to call it, the center of your life force. Science now explains what tradition always knew. The horse stance increases oxygen delivery, enhances lymphatic flow, and stimulates testosterone production by activating large muscle groups. It also calms your nervous system and restores your sense of grounding, something many men lose as stress, aging, and inactivity take their toll. After 2 weeks of daily practice, Robert came back to me and said, "Doc, I feel solid again. My balance is better, my lower back doesn't ache, and something else happened. My mornings are stronger, if you know what I mean." He smiled and I smiled back because that's exactly the point. All it takes is 2 minutes each morning. Stand firm, knees bent, chest open, arms relaxed, breathing deep. Feel your legs hold you, your hips open, your core engage. That quiet strength you feel, that's your masculine energy returning. You're not just exercising, you're reawakening the power that's been dormant inside you. And once you've mastered this stance, something even more remarkable happens. The 7 steps start to work together like a symphony, syncing your hormones, your blood flow, and your mind into one powerful rhythm that makes every morning feel alive again. 8. The rhythm of renewal, turning habits into power. When I first started teaching this morning routine, many men would ask me the same question. "Doc, do I have to do every step perfectly?" And I always smile because the truth is perfection has nothing to do with it. What really matters is rhythm, the quiet, consistent pulse of daily effort that slowly reawakens your body's natural strength. I once had a patient named George, 66 years old, who struggled for years with fatigue and low confidence. He tried every supplement and diet he could find, but nothing lasted. When he began practicing this 7-step morning routine, he wasn't perfect. Some days he forgot the lemon water, other days he skipped the sunlight, but he kept coming back, and within a month his body responded. "Doc," he said, "I don't know how to explain it, but I feel alive again, like my system's finally working with me instead of against me." That's what rhythm does. It restores harmony between your hormones, your circulation, and your mind. Each habit builds on the next. The hydration clears your system. The sunlight resets your hormones. The breathing deepens your focus. The delayed breakfast trains your metabolism. The gratitude and visualization reprogram your brain. And the horse stance grounds your body in power. Do them consistently, and they don't just add up, they multiply. Your body thrives on repetition. When you give it the same healthy signals every morning, your testosterone rhythm resets, your energy stabilizes, and your drive strengthens naturally. You stop fighting your age and start flowing with it. The stiffness eases, the fog lifts, and that quiet confidence, the kind that comes from balance, not bravado, begins to return. I've seen it countless times, men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, standing taller, thinking clearer, and living with more vitality than they had in years. And it doesn't happen because they tried harder. It happens because they stayed consistent. I tell my patients this all the time, but your body doesn't want to decline. It wants to adapt. Every glass of lemon water, every breath of sunrise air, every deep stance and grateful thought sends a message to your body. I'm still here. I'm still capable. That message builds over time until it becomes your new reality. So don't chase instant results. Chase rhythm. Start small, maybe just the first 3 steps, and build from there. Because once these habits sink into your mornings, your entire life begins to shift. And the best part? The transformation you'll feel in your mornings is only the beginning. What happens next will redefine how you age for the rest of your life. 9. Reclaim your mornings, reclaim your manhood. I remember one quiet morning in my clinic. A man named Frank, 69 years old, sat across from me. He had that familiar look, not of illness, but of resignation. "Doc," he said softly, "I just don't feel like myself anymore. I used to wake up ready to take on the day. Now it takes me hours just to feel alive." I leaned forward and told him something that made him pause. "Frank, you haven't lost your strength. You've just forgotten how to wake it up." That's exactly what this morning routine is about, reminding your body of what it already knows how to do. Every sunrise gives you a second chance. When you wake with intention, when you hydrate, step into the light, breathe deeply, and move your body, you're sending a clear message to every cell. We're alive, we're capable, and we're in control. These moments are small, but they're powerful. They create a rhythm that tells your hormones to rise, your blood to flow, and your confidence to return. Aging doesn't take that away from you. Neglect does. And the beauty is, the moment you choose to show up again, your body responds. It remembers the strength it once carried. Frank started practicing the 7 steps every morning. Some days were easy, some weren't. But within 3 weeks, he walked into my office smiling. "Doc," he said, "it's like my engine turned back on. I feel stronger, my mind's clearer, and my wife says I look different, more awake." That right there is the power of consistency. You don't need a miracle pill or a complicated supplement stack. You just need to reconnect with the natural systems your body's been waiting to activate. When you reclaim your mornings, you reclaim your manhood, your focus, your drive, your quiet power. The kind of power that doesn't shout but radiates. And it starts the moment you decide you deserve to feel strong again. You've worked hard your whole life for your family, your career, your responsibilities. Now it's time to work for yourself. Each sunrise is an invitation to rise with it. So tomorrow morning, before you pour your coffee or check your phone, remember this: your best years aren't behind you. They're waiting to be reignited. These simple steps are your roadmap. Hydrate, breathe, move, feel. That's how you rebuild from the inside out. And if you think this is where the journey ends, think again. Because what comes next will show you how to carry this power not just through your mornings, but through every hour of your day. 10. Every sunrise is a second chance. There's a moment just before dawn when everything feels still. The air, the light, even your thoughts. That quiet space between night and morning is powerful. It's your reset button. I remember one patient, Daniel, a 73-year-old man who had spent years feeling like each day was just a repeat of the last. Same fatigue, same stiffness, same sense of slowing down. One morning, after months of working together, he told me something that stuck with me. "Doc, I finally stopped seeing the sunrise as another reminder that I'm getting older. Now I see it as another chance to start over." That shift, from fear of aging to gratitude for renewal, is where real transformation begins. Every sunrise is a conversation between your mind and your body. It's your chance to tell your system, we're not done yet. The habits we've built, the water, the light, the breathing, the fasting, the gratitude, the visualization, and the stance, they all work together to help you greet that conversation with strength instead of fatigue. When you wake up and move with purpose, You're teaching your body to respond to life with energy rather than resistance. You're not just extending your years, you're expanding their quality. Daniel told me that after a month of practicing his morning rhythm, he started feeling something he hadn't felt in years: presence. I notice the warmth of the sun now, he said. I taste my breakfast instead of rushing through it. Even my walks feel lighter. That's the beauty of consistency. Once your body learns this rhythm, it becomes effortless. Your energy rises naturally, your hormones find balance, and your mornings no longer feel like a struggle. They feel like an opportunity. It's never too late to rebuild. The body has an incredible memory. Even after decades of wear, it's ready to recover, to strengthen, to feel alive again, if you just give it the right cues. These 7 steps are not just a routine. They're a declaration. Every sip of lemon water, every breath of morning light, every calm thought of gratitude, it's you saying, I'm still here and I'm still becoming. That's what this journey is really about. So tomorrow, when the sun begins to rise, don't hide from it. Meet it. Stand tall, breathe deep, and remember that every sunrise is a new invitation to rebuild your power. And if you've made it this far, stay with me, because in the next part, I'll show you how to carry this strength beyond your mornings, into your days, your relationships, and the legacy you leave behind. 11. The power you build never leaves you. There's something profound that happens when a man commits to himself again. I saw it in a patient named Thomas, a 71-year-old veteran who came to me convinced his best days were behind him. "Doc," he said, "I've accepted that I'm just slowing down." That's life, right? I shook my head gently and told him, "No, Thomas, that's not life, that's surrender." And there's a big difference. Because here's the truth, when you show up for yourself each morning, even in small ways, you begin to rebuild more than just your body. You rebuild your spirit. After a few weeks of practicing the morning routine, the lemon water, the sunlight, the breathing, the gratitude, the visualization, the horse stance, Thomas started to change. His posture straightened, his voice grew stronger, and his face lit up with quiet confidence. "Doc," he said one day, "I didn't realize how much of me was still left." That's what this is all about. You're not chasing youth. You're reclaiming the vitality that never truly left you. It was only buried under years of stress, doubt, and habit. The moment you begin to care for yourself again, your body remembers. Your mind remembers. You remember. These habits are not magic. They're signals, gentle reminders to your system that you still have power, purpose, and potential. You see, aging doesn't strip away your masculinity. It refines it. It teaches you patience, resilience, and gratitude. When you pair that wisdom with renewed strength, you become unstoppable. You don't just live longer, you live better, clearer, fuller. Thomas told me something I'll never forget. "Doc, I thought this was about getting my energy back, but really it's about getting me back." And he was right. This isn't just about hormones or blood flow or morning routines. It's about rediscovering the man within you who's always been capable of more. The man who stands tall, leads with calm strength, and lives with purpose. So as we close, I want you to remember this. Your body listens to your choices. Every sunrise you rise with intention. Every breath you take with awareness. Every step you make with gratitude. It all adds up. You're not reversing time, you're mastering it. You're teaching your body how to age with strength, not fear. And the best part? Once you rebuild this rhythm, it never leaves you. It becomes who you are, steady, strong, and fully alive. So tomorrow morning, when the light touches your face, smile and know this. Your power isn't gone. It's awake, waiting for you to use it. And this time, it's here to stay.